The Silencer is a 1992 action film about an ex-assassin who gets pulled back into the game. Directed by Amy Goldstein, The Silencer stars Lynette Walden, Chris Mulkey, and Morton Downey Jr. On the streets of an unnamed city, Angelica gets an invitation she can't refuse to pick up the gun again and hunt down people like the ones that ruined her life. She gets back into the habit pretty quick, to the delight of her ex-partner, George. With every assignment she receives via arcade game, she's counting down until the moment she's done with her killing ways and can have an ordinary life. However, the only way George is letting her get rid of her gun is one bullet at a time. Don't confuse this Silencer with 1999's The Silencer starring Michael Dudikoff, about a presumed dead lawman who apprentices with a top assassin. Or the 2007 film The Silencer, about a former lawman rendered mute and rebuilt for revenge. Or 2017's Silencer, about a war veteran taking revenge on Danny Trejo. On the surface, Crown International Pictures' The Silencer carries on the tropes of 80s Hollywood action heroes. But there's a couple of things that help this movie stand out. For one thing, this film is extremely 90s. Lots of pleather, baggy jackets, acid-washed denim, safe sex reminders, 16-bit video game graphics, talk show host Morton Downey Jr. The Silencer also has that 90s MTV look to it, all quick cuts, Dutch angles, and omnipresent fog machines. Prior to The Silencer, Goldstein built up her resume with music videos, with her most recognized work likely being her video for Rod Stewart's cover of Downtown Train. And then there's our lead assassin lady, which seems to be taking some cues from the 1990 Luc Besson film Nikita, the French film that injected existentialism into action films, action film energy to American art houses, and many of the tropes of the modern movie female assassin that persist to this day. Supermodel level of beauty, master of disguise, trained by a shadowy organization in the arts of seduction and death-dealing, navigating a world of constant danger and double crosses. The Nikita formula was a natural fit for Merrimark Productions' legacy of title female characters blazing their own trails, and Crown International's history of capitalizing on underground movie trends. The Silencer delivers all the expected tropes on the surface. Angelica's cunning, sexy, and always the most dangerous person in the room. And like every 80s action hero, she demonstrates her alpha heterosexuality by sleeping with any man she wants, whenever she wants. Her most R-rated moment starts around minute 9 during the bathtub sex scene. Violence-wise, there's at least 7 on-screen deaths with her gun doing most of the killing. But for hardcore action fans, the violence presented will feel restrained. In fact, grindhouse movie fans searching for the genre's lurid standards of blood and excess may get frustrated as the movie goes on and the film's genre deconstruction takes over. Spoiler, George isn't just Angelica's ex-partner, he's her audience. A more recent movie on that same wavelength is Rubber, a 2010 horror film about a sentient tire that goes on a killing spree. But that movie's also about horror movies themselves, and the audiences that fuel the creation of those manufactured nightmares. Silencer makes a similar statement, but Rubber just happens to admit it's a satire more loudly. Director Amy Goldstein would move into self-production in the 2010s, beginning with her 2014 documentary The Hooping Life. She would follow up in 2018 with Underestimate the Girl, her documentary about UK singer Kate Nash's attempt to artistically reinvent herself. Someone who just gets the absurdist vibe of The Silencer is Chris Mulkey, who at the time of production was best known for his character on Twin Peaks. Mulkey is a real that guy actor, reliable casting for grizzled cops, menacing bad guys, at home in a wide range of genres from horror to comedy to prestige drama. For genre TV fans, there are some other faces to watch out for. Jaime Gomez, one of The Silencer's paramours, was on the police procedural Nash Bridges as Detective Evan Cortez. Brooke Susan Parker, who gets rescued by The Silencer, would be the second actress on Stargate SG-1 cast as Dreyok, Teok's wife. And Beth Broderick, Aunt Zelda from Sabrina the Teenage Witch, has an uncredited role as a leader in the human trafficking cartel, putting her in The Silencer's crosshairs. So if you just want to watch a straight-ahead action film, you can stop the movie after the scene at the lake around minute 73. That takes care of most of the normal plot threads. There's a Lynchian weirdness that The Silencer has peppered throughout the runtime that sets up the final ending of the movie and exposes its art film roots. And if that's intrigued you more than annoyed you during The Silencer, you might get something out of sticking around to the credits and seeing Angelica say goodbye.